Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It seems that is as if there is a major story brewing in the world of professional wrestling as we build towards WWE's Royal Rumble. It seems as if the one match that everyone is talking about is Kenny Omega versus Okada from Wrestle Kingdom 11. And, I'll be honest, I have no good excuse. I've had plenty of time. I have not been able to watch the match yet, but from everything that I've heard from everybody out there, there's people that want to complain about the star rating system from Dave Meltzer, but nobody has been able to say anything bad about the actual match that went down that night. Everybody has said that it was a great match. It's one of the best matches that they've ever seen, but the rumor that is out there is that people want to hang on to this thing that Kenny Omega is coming to WWE. There has been a rumor over the past few months basically saying that Kenny Omega has thought about coming to WWE and that WWE wants Kenny Omega. But if you can remember the press that led up to Wrestle Kingdom, Kenny Omega did an interview where he basically called WWE a monopoly, and he basically was tearing down WWE is basically signing wrestlers just to sign wrestlers and, just keep them hidden under wraps. Kenny Omega, I don't think is going to be at the Royal Rumble this year, but it is something that people are going to want to talk about. I know that, John Cena has posted a picture of Kenny Omega on his Instagram, and people are sort of pointing fingers to last year when John Cena posted a picture of AJ Styles before the Royal Rumble last year, and AJ ended up, debuting in the Rumble, I believe, in the number 3 slot. But, although it goes into the storyline last year where WWE signed 4 major talents from New Japan Pro Wrestling, people, thought that they were sort of just, stealing all of their talent. But I don't think Kenny Omega is coming. Definitely if you roll out the plans for what New Japan is going to be doing in the upcoming year, New Japan plans on running the G1 Night 1 and Night 2, coming to you live from Los Angeles, put over on New Japan World, trying to expand New Japan into the United States. Dave Meltzer was talking about that on the day of Wrestle Kingdom, there was 10,000 buys from the United States to New Japan World, expanding to a country that they don't even really wrestle in. The only real sort of, press that they have for New Japan and New Japan World here in the United States would be the Access show that, doesn't do the best ratings in the world. And then, of course, their, deal with New Japan and Ring of Honor, where they had like Adam Cole and a few other wrestling talents such as the Young Bucks, wrestling on the show. I think that this is something that sort of builds anticipation for the Royal Rumble. I don't think that it's going to have a payoff. I think that Kenny Omega, as the leader of the Bullet Club, is in the right spot right now. Definitely since New Year's Dash, the night after Wrestle Kingdom, you can tell that they've sort of cooled off on Kenny Omega. I don't think that he's going to be going back to Japan until almost the springtime. But I think from there, honestly, they should just really put the fire on him, just sort of building him up. And, Dave Meltzer has even said that, during the summer show before the G1, that is the chance for you to put the title on Kenny Omega. So when Kenny Omega comes to the United States for the G1 on night 1 and night 2, he can be the main guy of the company and that he would be a really good guy. I know that New Japan is going to be based around Japanese wrestlers because that's just what their bread and butter is. But, I mean, if you have a guy like Kenny Omega, who is Canadian, not American, coming here and being the mouthpiece and being the leader, I think that is one thing that is really going to be able to build around. I know that when the American guys or the English guys go to New Japan, they deliver their promos in English, which I'm sure the Japanese people at home, most of them don't understand what the fuck they're saying, and that's why they can get away with saying whatever the fuck they want to, which was one of the fun reasons to follow the Bullet Club there, back in the day when they would do the Ric Flair impressions and everything like that, and that's really what got me hooked. But I think Kenny Omega is a great wrestler in a great place where he can really be on top of a country. let's not tear down Kenny Omega, but I mean, honestly, if he comes here and he wrestles for WWE, do you really think he's going to be a top guy? I don't really think he's going to. I think that honestly, AJ Styles, once they got him, you could really tell that when he got his Royal Rumble spot, but then you could tell really the build for him through Fastlane with the series of matches against Chris Jericho and the angle where they became a tag team and then they broke up and had the WrestleMania match. They figured it out, but it took them a while to figure out what they had. And they bring Kenny Omega here. You have him, just sort of being a guy and turn into one of the geeks that they have on the mid-card. How long before he just dies out and becomes a guy that you're just dying until the day his contract ends and he can go back to New Japan Wrestling?